Hey everybody, welcome to another live Q&A session. We'll be here for about an hour. So
I don't have a watch on.
we'll be here for an hour to answer any questions you guys have. We'll start off with a little bit of introduction if you guys aren't familiar with us. So I am Joshua, this is my wife Shelley, and we are Tiny House Basics. And our website is tinyhousebasics.com. And what we specialize in is tiny house trailers from 10 feet to 50 feet. We have 4 manufacturing locations throughout the U.S. We build our tiny house trailers in Southern California, Washington State, Missouri, Alabama. We also build tiny house shells in Gilroy, California, Oregon, and Pennsylvania. You can go to our website at tinyhousebasics.com to request a free quote. You could also find us on Instagram here at Tiny House Basics. We're also on Facebook at Tiny House Basics. Everything is pretty much at Tiny House Basics to find us. We will be posting this video later on our YouTube channel, which is also Tiny House Basics. So, and we are doing some of the Q&As to kind of get ready for our book, which will be out in less than 2 weeks. So I think 12 days. May 16th.
Coming fast.
Coming fast. So pre-order the book on Amazon. You can just search Tiny House Basics, and the full book title is Tiny House Basics, Living the Good Life in Small Spaces. It's 176 pages, tons of pictures.
Lots of pictures.
Lots of pictures of our whole story from the very beginning all the way up to now. So we've been in our 28-foot tiny house for about 2.5 years. It's 374 square feet. It's built on one of our 28-foot tiny house trailers. We have a 12-foot master loft and a
12-foot master loft.
Yeah, 12-foot loft, and then our second loft is 7 feet. Our full house was built on a 102-inch wide trailer, so our actual finished house is about 107 inches wide and 32 feet overall. We have 2 cantilevers on both ends, so you could see lots of pictures on our website. We are going to be remodeling the inside, removing all our laminate flooring, which
we're so excited about that.
Yeah. We've unfortunately had our Pergo flooring for about 2.5 years now, so we'll be ripping that all out. And you guys can see our latest post on Instagram showing pictures of us mocking it up. It is a 100-year-old barn oak.
Originally, we were going, I think on the live feed that we did last week, if anybody was on that one too, somebody asked if we were going to install it ourselves or if we were going to have someone do it. And originally, we were going to do it ourselves. Then time got away from us. We thought we would have somebody. And then after picking up the floors and just seeing all the character on them, we've decided that we do want to install them ourselves because we want to very strategically place where they're going to go. So you guys can kind of watch as we, install our floors and learn to install floors. So
yeah, so we just kind of, we always apply, we apply it pretty commonly in our practice of learn by doing. So after going through, getting all our flooring, all the materials, and making sure they're using the right chemicals, because we're in a small space, we wanted a water-based polyurethane by Bona. I think that's what we're using.
It's a Bona, professional grade or something.
Yeah, so we wanted, since we are in a small space and the air is closed in pretty tightly here, we wanted to make sure that we had a really green-friendly product. Our wood is FSC certified. It's a very green. It's reclaimed. You can't get any more green than that. So it's recycled wood. So we will be showing that whole process on our Instagram through stories and also the beauty shots on the main feed. So you could turn on post notifications in the upper corner to be alerted anytime we go live. Anytime we post. I'm going to adjust this a little bit. There we go. Okay, so we'll start with some questions. Feel free to ask us anything. We're available, If we don't like the question, we'll just probably skip over it.
We'll try and answer it as best as possible.
So, let's see. Greetings from California Tiny House. Hey, Pat. Hey, from San Diego.
Love San Diego.
Let's see here. Nice lighting from the windows. Thank you.
it accentuates just how pale we are, how much of a tan we need.
Major inspo account. Love you guys. Thank you very much. Loved your video, the window. You know, I got a comment that somebody said I posted too much about the window, and it was on YouTube. And there's a couple of videos, but thank you. We appreciate your feedback.
People on YouTube.
The junk closet, it's right here.
Oh yeah.
I mean, it's not pretty.
I guess you could show it. Oh, we're all connected, right?
Yeah, everything's like situated right here,
well,
so it's kind of hard to like.
We'll take a picture.
Show it.
My allergies are so bad right now.
Yeah.
I'm like on the verge of sneezing constantly. It is our junk closet. Well, it is a junk closet, but also where it's kind of like half office supplies, half food storage, like dry food storage, and like spices and oils.
Oh, printers in there.
Printer.
Power drill. There's cat food.
Cat food, dog
Yeah,
food.
a couple other random things. It's not exciting. If you want, I'll do a story and I'll post a picture.
Yeah, that's a good idea.
Nobody wants to see that on the main feed.
It's not very organized.
Yeah.
Either.
So I'll take a picture afterwards. We'll put it on our stories, and you can see that there.
It's the one thing in here with the door, and we definitely take advantage of that and throw stuff in.
And thank you for the warning ahead of time that you will not judge us by our junk drawer. Yes, beautiful floors. Thank you. We are super excited. We're actually surprised.
So excited. I have been waiting for this for so long.
It's been about 2 years in the making. So we have been working on sourcing a company that was locally that we could get our flooring from. We kind of searched all over the country, and we found an amazing company, Black's Hardwood. They're on Instagram. Black's Farmwood. We tagged them in our last post, and we'll tag them so you guys can see their other work. They do a lot of amazing work.
Yeah, they're very, very focused on being green and like no off-gassing. Very, very healthy to have the floors in versus something that's going to off-gas, especially in a small space. So we'll write an article on that too, with especially some of the information they've given us. And they're really easy to work with, and they have a great showroom, so you can actually see large portions of flooring, so you kind of know what you're actually getting. So
yeah, their flooring is like 4 foot by 4 foot sections.
Yeah,
that
and
you
it's
can
on
actually on the ground.
So you can see, it's so cool. Yeah, it's kind of like what it was sold us too.
Yeah,
it's like versus a piece that's tiny.
Yeah, you can go walk on it, stomp on it, lay on it, sit on it. We have a picture of Shelley sitting on it.
See what kind of finish you're gonna have.
So love following you guys. Thank you. Can't wait for the book. We can't wait either. May 16th, it'll be out. You could pre-order on Amazon. We've hit #1 release on Amazon for home plans and small homes and cottages. You could pre-order it now. It's like $13. It's the cheapest it's going to be before the pre-order. Just type in Tiny House Basics in in Amazon, and you can find our book. If you pre-order our book, you can you could send us a direct message with a screenshot, and we will send you one of our limited edition stickers, and we'll write a thank you note on the back. We did a limited run of these just for the heck of it, and we got a lot of good feedback. So if you pre-order our book, send us a screenshot on Instagram or email, and we will send you a sticker. So let's see.
With a little note on the back.
With a little note on the back. What is the greatest challenge you faced living tiny? Winter.
And yes, winter. And now we are suddenly in like a little heat wave here in California. Well, at least the San Francisco Bay Area. It has gotten to be 95 degrees over the past couple days.
Mm-hmm.
And every year I forget just how much heat rises and how warm it is in those lofts. So that is a challenge. We do have an air conditioner, a portable air conditioner for our sleeping loft. But it's just we kind of put it away and then bring it out in the summer. So I would say that, because right now I'm dealing with the heat. But
yeah, it's going to be hot.
It's going to be hot.
I mean, it's already hot.
It's so hot.
So.
And then winter. Yeah, winter.
Heck of bugs, too.
Since we had a real winter for once in 7 years, there's bugs everywhere because they actually are like able to
breeding or whatever they're doing.
I don't know what's going on, but
everywhere.
There's just bugs everywhere.
It's like a new species.
Now we've got to go spray bug spray everywhere.
So, any other challenges? Yeah, it's just sometimes the weather outside when it's winter and it's raining all the time, like we got cabin fever in our old house, and we could get cabin fever here when it's like constantly raining.
Yeah.
The constant heat, stinks, but it's stunk in our old house.
Yeah.
So I feel like that's maybe just our personalities that we
work from home too, so that's a big thing. Is we'll have to kind of go do computer work elsewhere and find places to mix it up. But I think that's just any house. You kind of start to get a little, cabin fever.
Yeah, and I don't feel like there's anything.
I get cabin fever when I go other places at work.
Yeah.
So
Yeah. Hello from Guelph, Ontario. Hello. We were in Ontario. We saw Niagara Falls, which was awesome.
Niagara Falls. Awesome.
Pictures did not do it justice.
No.
I wasn't really knowing what to expect. I didn't really think it was going to be that amazing.
Yeah, we were mesmerized. We just stared at it like
but
this
yeah,
for a
we
long
just
time.
Niagara Falls is definitely a wonder. It's beautiful.
So pretty.
When is going to be your next showroom? I'm not sure I understand.
Yeah, we don't have a showroom.
Yeah, we don't have a showroom. Maybe if you're meaning our next build, we have about 5 builds in progress. Here's one of the tiny house poodles.
Freddie.
This is Freddie. Say hello, Freddie.
He knows when there's a camera, and he is very needy whenever we're doing. It's really weird.
Yeah. You want some wine? Just kidding. All right. Greetings from Egypt. Hey, Egypt.
Oh, very cool.
I need tips on how to downsize my stuff. That is a great comment, and we addressed that very thoroughly in our book.
Yeah, in the first and second chapter.
Yeah, first and second chapter.
We have like a full-on downsizing chapter because that is quite something to tackle.
Yeah, definitely a challenge. So our book, Tiny House Basics, Living the Good Life in Small Spaces, comes out in less than 2 weeks on May 16th. Ooh. And you can pre-order it now for a really, really good deal on Amazon, Target, Barnes & Noble, Books A Million, and wherever fine books are sold. So pre-order it and send us a note that you did, and we'll send you a sticker, and we'll write you a special thank you note on the back. How did you decide on a floor plan? Good question. So there was there's a good amount of tiny houses out there, obviously, when we decided to build ours. And I think we took a lot of points and tips from a lot of different tiny houses and just kind of like tweaked it to what would work with us.
Yeah, based on how we lived our life, so what we wanted to kind of achieve out of having a tiny house. So we knew we wanted to have the bathroom and kitchen on separate sides, just because we did want to entertain, and we knew we wanted to have a space that could be inside and outside, like we have with the accordion window, to entertain. So I just kind of envisioned, being in the kitchen and having people coming in and in between me, like squeezing by to use the bathroom. And then just, privacy factor, like if we're in the kitchen and somebody's in the bathroom, the walls are thinner in a tiny house, so. Yeah,
making the bathroom and the kitchen on the opposite sides.
Yeah.
Those kind of basics directed, I guess, our build plan.
Yeah.
On how many, we wanted windows. We saw the accordion window, which you guys have probably seen at this one.
Yeah.
That we centered a lot of the design around that.
Yeah.
And then, we kind of just put components into the build, entertaining, open floor plan. The metal stairs, which here's the handrail, that we saw in a video of some type of metal floating stairs from a New Zealand tiny house, from the channel Living Big in a Tiny House, by the host Bryce. I think it was like it was actually reclaimed windows, and he used the metal staircase, so that's kind of where we got that idea.
Yeah. Yeah, and, actually, he had a really large bifold accordion window that he had gotten from like a commercial building that had gotten demolished in a natural disaster.
Yeah, earthquake. I think it was like a big earthquake. So Bryce is here. Hey, Bryce. Hello from Georgia. So want to go tiny? Email us or go to our website at tinyhousebasics.com. Lots of blog posts and articles on how to downsize, but most importantly, get our book, Tiny House Basics: Living the Good Life in Small Spaces. We have a lot of input and a lot of tips and pointers on downsizing and if it's right for you. So.
Yeah. And I'm reading questions.
The Doyles, hey guys. They are customers of ours in Northern California also. They said, how did you handle letting your pets in and out during the day when you're not home? Well, our pets are high maintenance, and so they don't really like to be where we are not. So when we have an outdoor cat, and she is pretty much self-sufficient, and then our 2 dogs, we leave them in the house, and we have it nice and cool, and they have all their water and all their stuff. So they stay in the house when we're gone, and we're not gone too long. But they're crate trained. But if we're going to be gone longer, we'll let them have free reign in the tiny house. Shorter trips, we'll have them crated off in the kitchen.
Yeah, and thankfully my mom lives close, so if we are gone too long, she's able to come let them out.
Yeah, we'll have family come check on them.
Yeah.
Hello from the Netherlands.
Netherlands, awesome.
Hey guys, what's up? Just doing like a Instagram live tour, just hanging out right now. What's up with you?
Not much.
Love your tiny house, thank you. How do you heat and cool? This little guy right here. See, there we go. That's a mini split, so it heats and cools. We also have some small fans, but that's primary source. In the wintertime, we have a wood-burning stove, so we throw some logs in it, and it makes the tiny house really, really toasty really quickly. Hey, hey. Hey, hey.
Hey.
I'm curious the size of your solar, and also any news on your trailer. Hey, Sean. I will email you after this. I have an update on your trailer. And the size of our solar, we have four panels.
I just saw another one from your aunt.
We have 4 solar panels. I can't think of what the wattage is on them. We did it earlier Instagram post a couple months ago. Actually, it was probably last year. So we are doing our full solar system.
Feels like a couple months ago.
So we're doing a full solar system from Alt eStore. They're on Instagram. They're on YouTube. Amazing people. Amazing source for solar equipment. That's Alt eStore, like Alternative Energy Store. .com. That's where we get all our stuff from, and they're actually working on systems for tiny houses, so you can email them and they can piece together a system, or you can even ask them what we got, but right now I totally forget.
It's big.
Yeah, it's big.
It's
so
going to definitely handle our full load.
Yeah, and we have a lot of big batteries, so we plan on getting that up and going over the next couple months. The flooring comes first.
Yes, the flooring comes first.
So
are these.
It is super hot. Yeah. It's way too hot. I want my bed on the main floor. Yes, a lot of people do. And we can design to fit those needs, and we can build a bed that's on the main floor. When will you do a tour of your tiny house? Do you want to see a tour? We could do a new one. After we do our floors.
Yeah, we'll wait till we do our floors.
Here's a little bit of it, though. This is like 1/3 of the house.
This is basically it.
How hard is it to move your tiny house from place to place? We had a big truck move it. We had a 350 1-ton, and it was easy. It was pretty light, light in the loafers for the truck to pull. But yeah, we wanted to get a bigger truck than, to be able to handle it. So yeah, we built in one location and we moved it to the location that we are at now. And it was a pretty easy move. We hit some trees. That wasn't good.
Oh yeah, we did. Yeah, we have a ton of trees in this area. It's just very grown in, and so yeah. But we would suggest hiring somebody if you're not comfortable doing it yourself, or if you don't already have the vehicle. We had thought about buying something, but then it just didn't make sense to have like this big monthly payment for a truck that we needed every once in a while, versus like maybe $1,000 to move it. So. Depending on how far you're going. So.
Yeah, so, we have an old Tundra. I have 210,000 miles on the thing. I still like it. I'm getting over it. She's not the biggest fan of it, but it does our job. It does the job.
It's a work truck.
Yeah, it's a work truck.
It's a truck.
But we didn't want to have to sell that and get a big truck to be able to move the tiny house when we didn't plan on moving the tiny house regularly. So we figured we'd leave it up to the professionals and hire a shipper every time we needed to move.
They're insured. For very good
they're
price.
Experienced, and it's really, if we were towing our tiny house and something happened, like, it would be on us, and so I'd rather put it on somebody else.
Yeah.
That's insured and professional. Must you stay in California? I don't think we have to, but man, it's a pretty good state.
Yeah.
We like it.
I mean, why not?
Why not?
We're here and we have a great spot.
Yeah. As long as there is wine, small spaces work.
Yes.
Good point, Auntie.
Aunt Michelle.
Aunt Michelle. Hello, Freddie. Yeah, Freddie is, I was a little late. I'll tell him. Tell him to say hi.
He's down there. He's sleeping now, instantly.
How have you found is the best to hang your pictures and frames on the wall?
We've tried a couple things. We found the best for us is just nails, little nails.
Tiny little finishing nails.
And then when we move them,
Andrew.
we will
Hey,
just
Andrew.
hey Andrew. We will just put it with putty, hole filler, and
Yeah,
touch it up.
we did those 3M tabs before,
We did the 3M
and it
tabs.
just ripped the wood off.
It literally like ripped some of.
Yeah, because it's
wood.
like
They're very strong.
Yeah, it's 5/32 red oak pure bond formaldehyde-free paneling. And when we stuck like the sticker thing on, it ripped off a ply.
It was really hard to get it off. So little
now we have a picture over that discrepancy.
So the tiny holes in the wall are much easier to fill and touch up versus a big ripped off piece. So
yeah.
That's what we found.
How do you keep the electric on all the time for the fridge and all that? Well, we have grid power. We are not on solar. We have grid power where we live. So we are planning on going solar fully, but we do have the beauty of grid power, the lazy way to power our house. But yeah, so we have power 24/7. How do you? Oh, I got the same one. I'd like to hear that you lived in your tiny home for over 2 years. I'm nervous to get into it and then not able to handle it. Glad to hear you did it. Thank you. Yeah, so it's
normal to be nervous.
Yeah, it's definitely normal to be nervous.
We had never set foot in one, and we walked through our living room and counted how many steps it was that we would be living in, and that was very nerve-wracking every single day.
And we taped out our driveway.
Taped out our driveway. We thought the same, like, what if it doesn't work? We've invested it, blah, 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 But if you kind of know you can handle a smaller space, it's so hard to tell because it's so different once you're actually in it versus when you see a flat like floor plan on your ground versus when you have walls and you have a higher ceiling. So yeah, and I think
it's
pretty comfortable. It's very comfortable.
We do have a lot of people that are requesting our quotes for tiny house trailers, which is the best available, best pricing, everything, and we build them up to 50 feet. So when we do have people reach out to us, every so often we'll have people that say like, oh, I need to set foot in one to be able to see it. And that is totally understandable. But we actually never did. We never stepped foot in a tiny house until we built ours. So this house is the very first tiny house we ever been in. We've been in a good amount after that.
We've been in
a couple dozen, maybe. But yeah, so we understand when people are nervous because they've never seen themselves in the space. But humans can be pretty adaptable, and we were very committed. And so it was definitely some adjustment, but this was the first house we ever stepped foot in for a tiny house. Okay, I'm gonna pre-order the book. Please do.
Yay!
Please do. You can get it on Amazon for everybody that's tuning in. Tiny House Basics: Living the Good Life in Small Spaces. If you pre-order it and send us a DM with a picture of the pre-order, we'll send you one of these limited edition stickers. There's not too many left, and we will write you a little thank you note and send it off to you to show you our appreciation for pre-ordering.
It's cheap right now to pre-order too.
Very cheap, so it's less than $13.
And you'll get it in a couple weeks.
Yeah. What is the size of your solar, Joshua? I answered this, Andrew.
Andrew, don't be all
It's like pretty big, but I don't really remember exactly the size. I'll get back to you.
It's at least this big.
Yeah, I'd say it's about that big. Say solar contact again, please. It is altestore.com, so like alternative energy store. They're on YouTube, Instagram, awesome people. If you scroll down in our feed, which will probably be a little bit down, but you see the solar panel, we tag them in there. You can reach out to them, and they will help you build you a system for a tiny house, off-grid cabin, full house, no matter what.
They're kind of like, they're almost like an Amazon for solar stuff, where they have like so many suppliers, and they get the best rates. And so they have, it's not like just one brand. They have several different ones to work with, and they'll find you the best rate and the best size you need. So they're definitely really great to work with.
Yeah, reach out to them. They're on Instagram, altestore.com. Hey, guys. Hey, mom-in-law.
Hi, Mom.
Listening
in at work.
Are the long top windows custom? Yes, these two are custom. This is a, 5x1? And this is a 5x1 too. They're picture windows, so they don't open, but that's to let light in throughout the house.
We probably could have gone a little bigger on those. I'm just gonna throw that out there.
Yeah.
So if you're gonna get those, maybe go like.
Yeah, if you want to go 6 feet.
Yeah, maybe go
6 feet, 1.5.
A little deeper.
How heavy is your house? Good question. Well, in November when we did our exterior makeover in the Knotwood exterior siding, which is aluminum siding. We shed over 1,000 pounds off of our tiny house. I actually weighed all the material, weighed that we took off. I weighed the material that came back on, and the difference was 1,000 pounds. So we estimate the weight of our house is probably around 12,500 to 13,000 based on the materials. But that product, Knotwood, is just like, it's absolutely amazing. It is a light, I mean, like 40, decades with very little maintenance. It has, by being extruded, it has like a nice insulating factor to it. It's very beautiful. And it looks like wood too. It's not wood.
Yeah, it's so clean looking though, and it feels really nice. Like you don't have any.
It's not wood. It's aluminum.
KNOT wood.
So if you want to go to their website, check it out. It's knotwood.com. They are on Instagram also. Great people. Do you worry about the tires and axles sitting for a long time? Great question. I have not been asked this before, but it is a very good question. So when we do move it again, these are radial tires, 10-ply radial tires, and there is weight on the axles, as I feel all trailers are living their life on the axles. Very, very good quality tires, and we do have 13 stabilizer points around the tiny house. When we do move it, it's been sitting for about 2.5 years. I don't know when it is that we'll move, but if we did, I would probably get a fresh set of tires and put it on there, just so that's just one thing I don't have to worry about. Not saying that you necessarily have to. You should replace the tires every 6 years, but I would probably do that just so I don't have to worry about it. And then when I go to the new spot, who knows? I might just put on the old tires back on. Rims. So that's probably what I put thought into this, and that's probably what we'll end up doing. Just because we can get tires for pretty cheap, but that's an excellent question.
I didn't know that one.
I guess that was one of my thoughts. I just didn't tell you.
I didn't think about that at all.
Where in California are you? We are in the San Francisco Bay Area, so we are in Northern California. There's lots of trees around here too, and it's hot right now.
It's weirdly hot. It's going to be back down to normal in like a day, but right now it's so hot.
Hola.
Hola.
To the person that said hola. What is the area of the smallest house you ever designed? Good question. We've done a 10 foot by 8 feet wide, so 80 square feet. Yeah, that's the smallest. We could do smaller. Yeah, if you want smaller, we could do smaller.
Yeah, the trailers.
Yeah.
I don't know how livable it is when it starts to get smaller, but
yeah, that's tiny. How much does it cost to build a tiny house? That's a great question. There's a lot of variables. It's kind of like how much does a car cost? A car could cost, $5,000. A car can cost $150,000. A tiny house could cost about $5,000 if depending on the size, and a tiny house could also cost $150,000. So it is a variable based on size, quality of materials, construction, appliances. Yeah. Man, you can easily drop $10,000 on appliances. Mm-hmm. So it is subjective, based on your needs and desires.
Yeah. But if you're looking for one, you can request a Shell quote, and we have all of our pricing, and you can kind of piece it out and see what you need and kind of get a good idea of how much it'll cost for you. Yeah,
so you can go to our website, tinyhousebasics.com, and you can request a quote for a tiny house trailer from 10 feet up to 50 feet. We could also do tiny house shells from 10 feet to 50 feet. We could do 8 up to 8.5 feet wide, 10 feet wide, 11.5 feet wide, and then bigger than that, it's probably been more suited for a mobile home. Yeah. I want to buy a tiny house and land next year. Any tips? It was the letter N and then E tips. Okay. Depends on what part of the country you are. For a tiny house, for a trailer, or a shell, or a full build, contact us. Go to our website, tinyhousebasics.com. We'll start you on that process.